Ben Silbermann is one of the most humble and thoughtful executives in the tech world. He's the co-founder of Pinterest, the visual discovery app that has over 430 million users, and he was CEO for over a decade until he recently stepped down. And Ben is interesting. You would think he came from a business or engineering background like many Silicon Valley CEOs, but he didn't. Both of his parents are doctors, and he studied political science at Yale University. And the idea of Pinterest partly came from his childhood love of collecting things like stamps, coins, and even bugs. And the idea that the internet lacked a way for people to express themselves through their collections. And Ben in interviews has talked about some great habits that have shaped his leadership style. And the first habit is being customer obsessed, and Ben talks about this in the early days of Pinterest.
We were obsessive about the community, right? I think I personally wrote to the first probably 7,000 people who joined the site, asked them what they thought about it.
And he kept the habit of talking to customers throughout the time he was CEO.
We bring people to the office. I usually get lunch with somebody who uses the product almost every week. I think companies succeed or fail based on how close they can be to the needs of the people using the product every day.
And for Ben, customer focus includes having a holistic view of how a product fits into someone's life.
We don't keep score by the number of people that are using the product. We try to keep score by whether the product is playing a positive role in people's overall life.
And the second habit is thinking long-term. In Tim Ferriss's book, Tribe of Mentors, Ben talks about how being from a family of doctors influenced him. One thing that is different about Silicon Valley is that people tend to measure everything in very short time frames, like 1 to 2 years. A lot of professions assume that you're going to take 8 to 10 years just to achieve the minimum level of competence necessary to start to practice. A lot of things go wrong here and there, but if you assume that anything worthwhile is going to take 5 to 10 years, they don't feel as severe. Of course, most CEOs need to divide their attention amongst short, medium, and long-term perspectives, but many business school studies have shown that successful CEOs tend to spend more time thinking about the long term. And the next habit is learning from mentors, and Ben talks about this at the Y Combinator startup school.
It's been really important, actually. And I've had different folks at different times. And now I've sought out many people who have seen companies that are bigger than the ones that we're building to ask them, hey, what should I look out for here? Mm-hmm. That I'm not under any illusion that I know how to run a company of the size. I've never done it before, not that many people have. And so one of my core jobs is to learn as fast as I can. And in starting companies, just like anything else, you learn by trying and failing, and you learn by talking to people that might have succeeded before you.
And the next habit is visualizing your future dreams and aspirations.
Solitary time to think about your future, your dreams, your aspirations. I think it's really important for people. And I think that it's been crowded out by pervasive, kind of high-quality entertainment, but that people actually need that as part of their basic identity.
This is really the core of what the Pinterest product is about, but it's also critically important for people's careers. The clearer you can visualize your future success, the more likely it is to happen. And the last habit is keeping a gratitude journal. And again, in Tim Ferriss's book, Tribe of Mentors, Ben is asked what habit has most improved his life. And he says, I started to keep a gratitude journal. If you have the habit of writing things down that you're grateful for, then some part of your brain is constantly looking for those things and you feel happier. It's absurd in its simplicity. This is a habit that he shares with Microsoft's Satya Nadella. And practicing gratitude is a shift in focus from what we don't have to what we do, and it's a practice that's been shown by researchers to be a great counter to stress and uncertainty, which all of us have to some degree in our work and personal lives. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, and if you have, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get alerted of new videos.